Good evening, good people. This is Ryan from TrendLizard.com. Got an email from a subscriber, Trey. Thanks for sending the email with the request of taking a look at Nvidia, NVDA, a stock we've been following pretty closely, Trey. And there is an update. Key level was broken since the last video we did, I think, back in maybe October somewhere or possibly November. Nevertheless, we're going to start from the beginning just to give the full picture, and here we go. Nvidia incepted back in 1999. Gave us some upside action, a big ABC kind of running pullback, and then from that low in 2008 embarked on a massive 5-wave advance that completed in late 2021 and has been undergoing correction ever since. A massive pullback in the year 2022 that found support in October of this year and has bounced since then. I think the point of the long term, or the takeaway from the long term chart here, is that this massive 5-wave advance that began back in 2008 has completed. A very clear 5-wave move, and that some type of larger pullback has begun, so we need to take a closer look at that. So let's go ahead and zoom in. We're going to take a look just basically at the final movements of this advancing action here, as well as the pullback that's emerged since then. So here is that. You can see the pretty clear 5-wave form of that 5th wave advance off of the, looks like the 2019 low. Just provides a little more detail on that move, but I think the bigger takeaway is what's happened to the downside since then. And there's two things here that set the stage for an even larger pullback than what we've seen so far. The first thing is the fact that this down leg looks very much like a 5-wave decline. And the second thing would be that it retraced substantially more than we would expect if this pullback was just correcting this up leg here. It moved below the yellow support area, which means it retraced substantially more than 61.8% of this up leg here, which again suggests that a much larger pullback is going on. Now, if we look at the details of the pullback itself, what we see is a 5-wave move that very clearly completed and a larger recovery has begun. So let's go ahead and just zoom in on this downside action here. So this gets a closer look at that 5-wave decline. Again, very clear 5-wave downside action. Last time we discussed Nvidia, we took a look at the level 160, or we plotted that on the chart and said a move above that would confirm that this down leg was over and that a correction of that down leg has begun, and that's exactly what we believe to be going on. We believe the advance off the October low to be wave A. That up leg now appears complete in December. Same thing we're seeing on a bunch of different stocks, a bunch of different market indexes. It looks like this up leg off of October's low is over, and that a larger pullback is taking place that will correct this up leg before we ultimately head higher again to form a larger ABC recovery that ends somewhere in this yellow area. That is the expectation. So let's go ahead and move in even closer. This takes a look at that recovery off of October's low. This move itself looks like a 5-wave move, as you can see here. So we're kind of getting 5-wave moves in every direction on multiple time frames. But the point is, off of October's low, it looks like we have a first wave, a second wave, a third, a fourth, a pretty large fourth here, and then a 5th wave up that appears complete. We've seen increasing weakness over the past week or so, which looks like the start of a larger B-wave pullback. So there's a lot to take in here because we have growing patterns on multiple time frames, but basically this up leg looks complete. We expect a correction down into this yellow area, some level above 138. Should take some time. This up leg here took several weeks. Looks like maybe over 2 months or so, so you'd expect this pullback to take at least a month itself probably before you get that C wave up. So again, to put it all together here, it looks to us like a much larger pullback began in 2021. Wave A completed. The fact that it's a 5-wave move suggests that an even larger ABC pullback will ultimately form. We believe we're now in the B-wave recovery phase. And in the B wave of that B wave recovery phase, so wave B should be an ABC move, right? So we believe we're in the declining B wave of that before a C wave up completes wave B of this pullback off of the 2021 high, at which point we'll expect a C wave down. Obviously, that's a lot to take in for now. Expect additional weakness on the short-term timeframes before we get another large recovery up leg to complete this ABC recovery for the larger wave B. So hopefully that's not too confusing, but that's what we're looking at, Trey. Y'all have a wonderful night. Come visit us at TrendLizard.com to stay up with this crazy market. Y'all have a great one. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, all that good stuff. Take care.